When they saw the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, they were aghast. They wept. They said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." They said, "You crazy son of a bitch, you did it." All with the most beautiful film orchestra soundtrack of all time playing in the background. In this one, when they first see the dinosaurs, they say, "Yikes." Imagine saying Dr. Ian Malcolm, the best side character of all time, let's make him into the lead. Oh, no. Imagine saying Jeff Goldblum works so well as this snarky, wondrous presence in an ensemble cast, let's make him an action lead. Oh, no. Imagine saying we established this character as basically the most famous puss hound in cinematic history in the first film. Let's have him chase his long-term girlfriend to this island. No. They just stripped back a lot of what actually made him great and didn't replace it with anything else, and then they did that to all of the other elements in the film as well. The Lost World Jurassic Park is as irritating as the naming convention. Ian Malcolm has been ruined by the scientific community for not holding to the NDA he signed before going to Jurassic Park. I think if Jeff Goldblum hit me with a monologue on any topic, I would believe him, so the fact that the whole scientific community believes he's insane for saying there's dinosaurs on this island, whatever. Anyway, Richard Hammond convinces him to go to Site B, another island filled with dinosaurs, because his girlfriend Julianne is already there, and he brings along with him Vince Vaughn and Toby from The West Wing. Also, his child snuck along. It turns out Jeff Goldblum started that whole modern trend about white male action stars having an interracial kid who's basically the only diversity in the film. Yes. And if all that wasn't enough, InGen, which has now been taken from Richard Hammond, sends a bunch of big game hunters onto the island to pretty much just so shit can hit fan. The Jurassic Park sequels all have the energy of a disaster film where the people in it are putting themselves in a situation that they fully know how it's gone before, and then it goes like that again, and we're meant to be like shocked or something. It's just like, well, yeah. They fully knew they were going into a dangerous situation. They've seen people die in these situations before. They know it's terribly dangerous, and then they start dying off, and you're like, are we meant to go, like, really? Also, Richard Hammond wanted to send in a secret weapon, a super dangerous guy who knows a lot of stuff, so that in case these big game hunter guys or whoever turns up on the island, they're ready for them. And he sent Vince Vaughn, which makes it feel like a comedy that would have gotten made 10 years later. It just is ridiculous. You missed lines like "life finds a way"? Well, don't worry. Now we've got lines like "mommy's very angry." But to be fair, we also have lines like "it's fine if you want to put your name on something, just stop putting it on other people's headstones." Banging. Yeah, that's the thing. This film and the Jurassic Park sequels, well, some of them in general, aren't necessarily bad films. They're just not great films. They peel so hard in comparison to Jurassic Park that it's not even like, oh yeah, it's just a sequel. It's worse than that. But even so, Jurassic Park is at such a high level that that doesn't make this the worst film ever, by any means. It's almost rewatchable. It's got a good cast. It just isn't using them all that well, and also the plotline is a bit of a mess, and also Jeff Goldblum has like a third of the energy that he has as Ian Malcolm, even in like Jurassic World Dominion. The energy of him in this is just all wrong in all the ways. I really do actually like the scene where their bus gets pushed off the cliff by the T-Rex. I think that is a great and memorable sequence, so it does have some. But then there's the sequence where the T-Rex attacks their camp. I mean, it silently somehow approaches all their tents, sticks its head into the tent where his daughter is, and Ian Malcolm is just standing there going like, shh, don't move. In Jurassic Park, Ian Malcolm grabs a flare, lights it, and runs from the same, different T-Rex, still a T-Rex, trying to like save children he doesn't even know, but his own daughter and girlfriend are in this tent, and he just goes, shh, let's not move. What up, Spielberg? So, yeah, the T-Rex sequences, mixed bag. The Velociraptor sequences, mostly just perversions of what they did in the first one. And then the finale, man, that's just big and dumb and messy. And that feels like how the whole film could be categorized. It doesn't have any, like, actual themes going on so much. And it doesn't have the like, horror-y bite of the first one. It just, ironically, feels like it has no teeth. But it is just a large spectacle type thing almost. It still feels like a blockbuster at least, which is more than I can say for the third one. So Jeff Goldblum and Julianne Moore do enough to kind of make this passable, even if it's not necessarily good. But I will say that it's probably about middle of the pack for this franchise, looking back at it now. Which is not great, but that's just the way it goes. I'm giving that finale sequence is basically King Kong and Godzilla mixed into one atrocious mess. 3 stars. Yeah, like, how many films has Jeff Goldblum ever been the lead in? You know what I mean? Like, mostly things where he's not playing someone entirely human. That's where he's a good lead. Not an action lead, no.